One of the countries which is bringing in aid to India is Qatar. It's being flown into India by Qatar Airways, one of the world's leading airlines. The CEO of Qatar Airways, Akbar Al Bakr, is widely considered among the foremost global executives in international aviation. A real maverick in that space, responsible for bringing Qatar into the fore. He also has a very special India connect, and we'll talk about that in a few moments. Joining me now, Akbar Al Bakr. Thanks very much for being with us. Now, Qatar is one of the countries which is bringing in a great deal of aid to India. Tell us a little bit about what exactly is coming in.
First and foremost, thank you very much for having me this morning. It's important to stress the calamity that India is going through. As you already heard, that India today is suffering the highest rate of COVID infection. It is now the duty of the entire world's nations to come to the aid of India. Unfortunately, your country was not properly prepared. So it is every single individual's duty that has any humanity in them to come and help the desperate people who are looking for medical aid, they are looking for medicines, they are looking for oxygen. And Qatar Airways is playing a small part of this huge effort to rescue the situation. Qatar has a culture of always helping people in need, nations in need. And as the national carrier of the state of Qatar, of course, we are the medium of delivery of those aids to the needy people.
And you're also continuing with your flights to India for the moment, I noticed, unlike other carriers. Now, given the COVID situation in this country, do you expect to continue doing that?
Again, Qatar Airways has a culture of being with people, serving its passengers at the time when it is good and at the times when it is bad. We are the only international carrier that have not stopped from the onset of the pandemic. We have kept people connected. We have been very resilient in the way we operated, and we will continue to do so because the people of India needs us today more than at any other time. Imagine if we have to suspend our operations to India, we would not be able to deliver the good work we are doing to help your relief efforts and to help the Indian Red Cross.
Now, you have actually, sir, a deep personal connect with India as well, right? For you, it's something from the heart. You've actually studied in India. So what does India mean for you personally?
First and foremost, I passed my young age in India. I studied in a boarding school. I got a very high standard of education in India. And now you can see I'm a product of Indian education. So I'm very proud to say that I was there. And I passed one of my best times in my life in India. I know that people hate to be in a boarding school. People hate to, at my young age to go and be away from parents. But I think the discipline that my education in India gave me is now reflected in the way I run the airline.
Let's talk a little bit about the aviation space. Are you still bullish about the Indian aviation sector? Because it's now in the middle of a real crisis. But there was a sense just about a year and a half back that this was very much the future of the international market. Do you see possible collaborations between Qatar and airlines over here? How do you see the Indian market?
I see huge potential in the Indian market. There is business for everybody, but unfortunately, the Indian aviation market is very regulated. So you are really stifling the growth of the aviation industry. I know that the authorities are always boasting about it being the second largest or the third largest aviation market, but that is incorrect because what they are really calculating is the domestic market. Of course, the domestic market will be very large because you have 1.3 billion people. So you should not calculate the connection to India from the outside world with the growth in the domestic market. you should really aim at growing the Indian aviation market to international operators like us, because the more flights you get in, the more tourists you get in, the more businesses grows, and the government earns a lot of revenue. So I think that it is correct for the authorities to stifle competition just to protect one or two other airlines. You know, you should leave it to survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
You need to grow the Indian market and provide jobs. You know that every passenger that comes into India provides employment to
Sure.
2 or 3 other people.
Sure.
But to conclude, I want to tell you that you have a great country, you have a great people, and you have a huge potential for growth in the Indian aviation industry.
You know,
I hope the authorities are listening to me.
Right.
And now they should change the way they look at this very progressive industry for the benefit of the people of India.
Since you did mention it, you know, you mentioned survival of the fittest. Now, you believe that that should be the mantra for international aviation. I get that. Would you agree that now in India, with Air India being disinvested, there will not be any government airline? Do you think that, you know, that survival of the fittest will be ensured well and truly in the Indian space?
You know that there will be a lot of investors if the investment climate is conducive to people doing business on a level playing field. You cannot be protectionist against an airline at the cost of another airline. And once the privatization of Air India, which I am very happy is happening at the moment, or is about to happen, will bring a huge boost, because then the government should not try to protect one carrier against the other. Competition is always healthy. And as you can see about Qatar Airways, what has made us the best airline in the world, always number one, is because we are competing against equals. Yes. And we always excel. And that should really be the mantra for everybody.
All right. All right. Well, Mr. Abu Balbakar, it's been great speaking to you, and hopefully we'll get over this COVID nightmare. Present to you. Thank you very much indeed for speaking to us.
I really wish the people of India all the best, and we pray that this pandemic will be behind all of us.
All right, Mr. Akbar Al-Bakar. Thanks very much, sir, for being with us. Thank you.